the story is concerned. Now, outgoing US President Joe Biden said that the sudden collapse of the Syrian government under Bashar Assad is a fundamental act of justice after decades of repression. Now, but it was also a moment of risk and uncertainty for the Middle East, is the statement that is coming in from Joe Biden. Let's listen into what exactly he had to say.
13 years of civil war in Syria, more than half a century of brutal authoritarian rule by Bashar Assad and his father before him. Rebel forces have forced Assad to resign his office and flee the country. We're not sure where he is, but there's word that he's in Moscow. At long last, the Assad regime has fallen. As we all turn to the question of what comes next, the United States will work with our partners and the stakeholders in Syria to help them seize an opportunity to manage the risks. These past few days have been historic. And, it's in the days ahead that will determine the future of this country. And we intend to approach them with strength, wisdom, and resolve. So thank you very much. God bless America, and God protect our troops. Thank you.
Akansha, we just heard the US President Joe Biden. Of course, he is outlining a multi-pronged approach when it comes to maintaining stability in Syria. But given the fact how the situation is right now, how much feasible is it to maintain stability and counter the ISIS that is there?
Right. Sherin, he's saying that first they will be engaging with Syrian groups, and that I think is going to be a very crucial point to begin with. He's also talked about how they, including within the process that's led by the United Nations to establish the transition. And perhaps you can expect the United States strike that sort of rapport is now needed with the rebel forces to explain to them what is expected out of them and how they should be going about it. They will, U.S. also ensure that they will help ensure stability in Eastern Syria, protecting the person against any threats. As you've also highlighted, is the biggest concern that they should not be merging with ISIS, because the HTS, as far as this is concerned, the entire origin of HTS begins with the Al-Qaeda. It was only an ideological difference when they when Al-Qaeda decided to break away from ISIS, so did HTS, and they say it's an ideological difference and that they are different from the ISIS. How different will be during their regime? How different will they be when they start ruling the people of Syria? It proves to be any different, especially when we see how Taliban is operating. It made a lot of when goes to power again in Afghanistan. They said that we'll change our approach towards women, but have they really done that? So those are similar concerns which one has for HTS as well. So Joe Biden also talked about how they'll support neighbors that include Jordan, Lebanon, Iraq, and Israel. Remember, Lebanon and Israel are already engaged in a fight that's going on. We've seen all of last week how various violations have been taking place. Of course, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has welcomed the entire change, but how will this now shape up? Will Israel try and occupy this territory? That's also another question. And how willing can the United States be, considering Joe Biden, what he's saying is in the capacity of an outgoing president? The other big question is whether this stance will be endorsed by incoming President-elect Donald Trump, who said this is not our fight to fight. So we'll have to see even the United States and its stance, even though the larger West has welcomed NATO allies. Many are talking about how Turkey has played a very significant role in this entire fall of the Assad regime. We see how France has welcomed this entire change, as have other NATO allies even Canada, even the United Kingdom. So we have to see how this comes in the ahead, Sherin.
Akansha, I request you to please stay with us as we are getting one more breaking input as far as the situation in Syria is